Ahoy there, cruisers! We put together 7 things that you must pack on your cruise and 3 things that you certainly should not.
But first, don't forget to subscribe to our channel right now.
So tip number 1 is medication and toiletries. These are one of the most important things, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. They can be super expensive to buy on the ship or at the port if you do forget them. So it's best to buy them at home and take them all with you.
Absolutely. So things like your medications and your prescription medications, first of all, make sure you have enough for your vacation because you don't want any extra charges whilst you're away. And make sure you put all of your medication in your hand luggage as well. It's super important just in case that your case was lost by an airline or by the cruise or whatever. You don't want that medication going missing. And things like sunscreen and after sun lotion are so super expensive whilst you're on vacation. It's much cheaper to get it at home in a supermarket like Walmart or Asda.
Also, don't forget to plan for any situation. So we'd like to take some painkillers, seasickness tablets, indigestion tablets, or anti-sickness and things like that, because you don't want to let indigestion or something silly like that ruin your cruise, do you?
No. So tip number 2 is that you definitely need to pack all your documents and especially your ID or passport.
Yeah, because if you don't have this, you will not get on the ship. Also, yet again, make sure you have that all with you when you arrive at the port, so keep that in your hand luggage and not into your checked bag that you hand to the stewards,
Stewards, the people who check
Stewards?
you in.
Bell
Checking
people?
Bell people.
What are
You
they
don't hand
called?
your passport to bell people. Who's a bell person?
Porters!
Porters, yeah. Bell people?
So keep it in your hand luggage and not into the luggage that you'll hand to the porters when you get onto the ship. Get to the ship, sorry.
Yeah, and we like to make copies of everything. So photocopies just in case a passport was lost or something whilst we're away. Also, some ports allow you to take a copy of your passport or ID off as well. So we just make a couple of photocopies and place that somewhere else just in case they are separated.
Also, don't forget you need a credit card to put on file when you arrive at the port as well.
So tip number 3 is to have clothes that fit the dress code.
Yeah, you don't want to miss a night out because you didn't look at the dress code and, for example, formal night, meaning that you've got to stay in your cabin. Or you don't have to, but it's, you know, people would look at you like, oh, you didn't read the dress code.
It's so easy to forget. So some cruise lines have formal nights or elegant nights, eleganza, extravaganza nights, where you just wear something a little bit more formal. So get involved, wear it, and don't be worried about wearing the same formal outfit twice. Nobody's going to notice. And we do recommend looking up things like the parties that go on board as well. So there's usually themed parties on some cruise lines, things like white parties or glow parties or fancy dress parties. Make sure you've got everything you need so yeah, you can get involved and have fun.
So number 4, keeping on the theme of clothing, don't forget to layer.
Exactly. So we like to use mix and match clothing. So bring a few different things that match that you can take off if it's a little bit too warm or put back on if it's too cold, especially inside. You might even be in the Caribbean where it's roasting hot, but whilst you're inside, the aircon can get a little bit chilly, so it's great to bring a sweater or a jumper or something just in case.
Also, mix and matching means that you can mix and match your outfits as well, so you're packing less clothes, you know, especially if you're on a 2-week cruise and you've got to fly to the port. That's a lot of luggage.
Exactly. So taking things that match in colour or style, so you can mix it up a little bit and wear different outfits but using the same clothes again.
Tip number 5 is all about your embarkation day carry-on bag.
This one is super important. So what we mean by this is packing a bag especially to carry on your cruise on the first day, because sometimes your suitcase is taken off you at the port and it takes a good few hours until it arrives into your room. So we definitely recommend packing things like swimwear so you can swim during the day and an extra pair of clothes for the night just in case your case doesn't come in time.
And as we've already mentioned, don't forget to keep your documents, ID and your card with you and any medication as well. But yeah, we've had it where we haven't had bags arrive till 10 p.m. at night, or, you know, quite late into the evening, so it was nice to have a change of clothes for the nighttime with us, and a few toiletries, a few essential toiletries that we wanted to keep with us as well.
So tip number 6 is remembering your chargers for your phones and especially plug adapters. Now you probably know already that cabins don't have many plug outlets, so we recommend checking with the cruise that you're travelling with to see what outlets there is in the room and bringing enough adapters. These are usually European or US, so if you are from the US, we recommend you take a few European adapters as well, just so that you're able to plug in all of your things at the same time. And we love to bring USB plugs that have several different adapters on it. So it will go straight from the plug to 2 or 3 USB sockets. So it means you can charge 2 or 3 phones and cameras at the same time.
Yeah, make sure you look out for the fast charging USB adapters, just so that your phone or your equipment does charge a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Tip number 7 is to bring a coffee mug and a reusable water bottle.
So not only are you helping save the environment by using less plastic, it's a lot cheaper on your wallet as well. So you can refill coffee and water bottles, usually in the refill stations in the buffet, and it's completely free. And tap water on a cruise is completely safe to drink as well. So you can save an absolute fortune on those espressos and those waters.
Yeah, or just ask at the bar as well. They will refill your water bottle for you. We've asked it a few times on different cruise lines and they've always been happy to do it. And we also like to take a coffee mug as well, just so that we can, if we've got a drinks package, especially get a coffee on the go, take it off the ship with you. And,
yeah, it's great for taking water off the ship
Yeah,
as well, isn't it? So you don't have to buy water in port.
Especially in hot cruises, it's nice to have water with you at all times so that you can cool down. I particularly like my Chili's bottle because it keeps really cold all the time.
So let's take a look at some of the things you definitely must not bring. So number 1 is an iron or anything that can get really hot and cause a fire. So things like candles or a kettle.
Yeah, anything essentially that produces heat is not allowed on the ship, except curling irons or hair straighteners. They are allowed on the ship.
Absolutely. So anything that creates heat, so candles, anything like that, definitely do not bring on, because you will have them confiscated from you when you board the cruise.
Number 2 is alcohol over the allowed limit that the cruise line let you bring on board.
Yeah, so this usually includes things like spirits and beer are usually a big no-no. Several cruise lines allow you to bring on a bottle of wine per person. Anything over this, again, will be confiscated from you, taken off you and given back to you at the end of the cruise. Some other cruise lines like Carnival allow you to take on a box of sodas as well.
Yeah, make sure you check non-alcoholic drinks, because as Ben said, some allow you to bring as much as you like on, while others restrict it to a big nothing. Or you can bring only a set amount. So just check with the cruise line before you sail to double check what you can and can't bring.
And number 3 that you definitely shouldn't take on anymore are power strip adapters. So these are plugs with several power strips. These are generally not allowed anymore. They used to be allowed a lot more, especially ones with surge protectors are definitely not allowed anymore. So definitely do our advice and get the little USB plugs where you can plug all your things in.
Yeah, because more cruise lines are banning power strips.
And obviously things like firearms, weapons, that goes without saying, you're not allowed to take any of that on. So we hope that you enjoyed our video of our packing tips. Please leave us a comment below with some advice from you and we might include it in our next show.
And if you'd like to support us further, please take a look at our Patreon, patreon.com/Ben and David. Big thanks to our cruise captains, Amy, Triss and Melanie.
Thank you so much. That's it till next time.
Happy cruising!
Pack on a cruise and 3 things that you certainly should not.
But first, don't forget...
Certainly.
Sean Connery.
So, certain things in the world has to be like this.
You should put your teeth in.
I should put my teeth back in, thanks. Okay.